be telling a sensory story all about a group of divers who dive down deep into the sea to find a sunken pirate ship that's stocked full of treasure. So I'm just going to be talking you through the different resources that you might need to replicate this at home and to engage your children as I'm telling the story. Obviously, you may not have everything that I've got here, so if you want to adapt things, if you want to use your own resources that you have got at home, that's absolutely fine, whatever works for you and your child. So the first thing that you'll need is a water spray bottle. I've put some cold water in it, just to kind of give that impression of the spray of the sea on your face. Obviously you don't have to spray it at your child's face, their hands, their feet. If they do like it on their face, that's fine. Whatever gauges that response and that reaction. The next thing that you will need is a blue piece of fabric, which you'll waft over your children gently to kind of give that big sort of sensory experience of being at sea, of the wind in your face. But it's blue to obviously give that impression of water. If you don't have just a piece of fabric, you could use a bed sheet or a pillowcase, a blanket, even sort of a t-shirt, which kind of still give that reaction and kind of gauge that response. So the next bit of the story is talking about the divers checking their oxygen tanks. So I've made an oxygen cylinder from just a bottle of water, which has then got some yellow food dye in it, and I've put some gold glitter. Make sure that you have the top tightened up really tight, and then if you move that about your child, it kind of is a really nice visual sensory experience for them, because the glitter moves quite slowly, and it kind of gives it something to focus on. When I talk about the oxygen moving through the tanks, and that's the sound of that hiss, I've just used a bicycle pump, which you can then, if you put it up to your ear, you can hear the hiss of the oxygen. Equally, if you want to put it on the child's hand or their face, they can feel that puff of air. I think a balloon pump would probably work just as well, if you don't have a bicycle pump. So then, as the students dive deep down into the sea, and I talk about it being cold, I've used a cool pack that's just from the freezer. You can use it on hands, faces, feet, wherever, arms, wherever you think that will kind of give that idea of children being immersed in the water, and it's that really cold experience, so it's a very sensory, proprioceptive experience. And then as I talk about the bubbles moving to the surface of the water, just some bog standard bubbles, which are very easy to get hold of. As I talk about the fish swimming around, I've just created, with the use of a cheap umbrella from Amazon, a nice sort of fishy scene. I've used green and blue tissue paper for the bits, and I've just stuck them to the top of the umbrella with sellotape. I've also used these nice colourful fish. Again, you can get them quite cheaply online. And then if you just spin the umbrella around your child, it kind of, again, it gives that impression that they're swimming amongst fish, and it's a nice visual experience for them. And then when I talk about moving around in the cool water, I've just got a washing up bowl, and I've got some glittery fish that are quite nice and squidgy and tactile that children can put their hands in and find and grasp hold of, which is a nice fun motor activity. But equally, if you haven't got anything like this, bath toys would work as well, if you've got something like that. Or you can probably get them quite easily at a supermarket. And then it's just a nice sort of water play activity within the story. Next, when they come to the pirate ship itself, I'm just using a plastic toy boat. Again, it's just to kind of explore those contours of a boat. Nice fine motor experience. And then finally, with regards to the boat, the treasure chest, I found an old kind of jewellery box, but if you have a shoe box or any sort of cardboard box, and if you want to decorate it, it's absolutely fine, you don't have to though. Then inside, I've just used these, they're plastic crowns. You can get them in a supermarket in sort of the party favour section, and then also some beads, which kind of again give that impression of gems and jewels. You can also put old jewellery in there, but again that further tactile experience. Whatever you've got kind of lying around, if it's metallic even better, because it's a nice cool experience. And then finally, when I talk about the scuba divers coming up from the deep depths of the water, and they notice rainbows on the water, I'm using a iridescent piece of paper that I then shine the torch through, because it gives that idea of light filtering through the water. If you don't have the iridescent paper, just the torch will do. You can use it as like a tracking activity, or you can work with your child to turn the torch on and off. That nice cause and effect activity as well. As with everything, when I'm telling the story, I'm going quite quickly because I'm just talking it through. But with you, when you're playing with your child, when you're engaging them with the sensory materials, if you go quite slowly, go at their pace, it helps them to build those connections between the passage of the story and what's happening around them, and it kind of gives them a chance to respond to what they're seeing and what they're feeling and hearing. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, enjoy.